So you guys remember how id Software was making another Doom game as early as 2008, and it looked like they were gonna do a bad thing, and that it was gonna be like Call of Duty with demons? Look at this trash that got leaked. Someone, somewhere at id Software said, hey, does anybody really want this game? It probably would have sold well. I would have bought a copy and lamented the death of a franchise I once loved. Lost to the derivative formula that somehow evolved from FPS games. Walk, shoot, take cover, stop, pop, move on. It's an awful idea. At some point, id decided to not do that. They said, what do people want from a Doom game? And the answer might not shock you. Speed. Demon killing. Doom 3 might have been the kind of action horror shooter that id intended this whole time, only stopped by the limitations of 90s technology, but not this new Doom game. No, it was gonna be different. We weren't ready. Bethesda held back review copies of the campaign after the multiplayer beta wasn't received well, and if Bethesda holds something back...
Right there.
I love how Fallout 76 is an evergreen joke because they're never gonna finish it. Anyway, midnight, preloaded. Suspicions are high that I'm about to play trash Bethesda had no faith in. And then...
They are rage. Brutal. Without mercy. But you will be worse. Rip and tear. Until it is done.
Doom 2016 became the Fury Road of FPS games, an unrelenting demon massacre, a game so fucking good it took rip and tear, that thing that was a meme because of how fucking ridiculous the Doom comic was, and it became the tagline of the series, and everybody said, yeah, okay, fine. Because that's what you did, kids. You brutally, systematically destroyed every single ugly hellspawn. Most of Doom 2's enemy roster returned except the chain gunner, fuck him. And you're not even a Marine now, you're only theoretically human. Forget Doom Guy, you are now, and my own pronunciation of this can't do it justice. It's weird, every time you say it, BFG Division starts playing. This isn't just the triumphant return of what is the most revered and important FPS franchise in history. It was the return of id. In the new millennium, id put out 2 games, Doom 3 and Rage, and Doom 3 was fine, and Rage was fine, I guess, but they couldn't shake the feeling of being glorified tech demos for id's fancy new engines. We thought the magic was gone. Most of the original founders had left, and then Carmack left to work for Facebook and do his VR stuff, which is great. I have an Oculus Rift, it's a fine machine, but we forget. We forget what id was, what it stood for, and in one fell swoop they returned, and put out this king shit, this absolute powerhouse of simulated violence, this uncompromising, blood-fueled heavy metal mayhem. Bethesda hasn't even been able to kill Doom yet. That's why it's eternal, baby! This game begins with barely any introduction. You're on a slab, there's zombies, you're so angry that you break free, shoot them all in the head, and... Oh, look at that geyser of blood, that's majestic. Oh, and there's a story that Doom Guy couldn't give less of a shit about.
Welcome. I'm Dr. Samuel Hayden. I'm the head of this facility. I think we can work together and resolve this problem in a way that benefits us both.
And the game introduces you to glory kills, that thing that's supposed to be a terrible idea, because when it's done in, say, Duke Nukem Forever, it sucks, and it's a waste of time, but not here for a few reasons. 1, it's short. It lasts like a second. 2, the animations are fantastic. Seeing the look of absolute terror in a demon's face before you thoroughly murder it. 3, you get health back. You got health back in DNF too, but in Doom 2016. 4, the demons can't fuck you over during the animation and negate any health gains. We play on ultra violence because Nightmare is more than a little unforgiving. So is UV for a good chunk of the game. You can die in the second room to an imp who can conceivably 2-hit you. And not just if you're playing it for Polygon. Of course the imp is back, the cute little guy tossing fireballs, clinging to walls, moving around like the enemies have some kind of AI. This is just the prologue.
Our interest in their world was purely for the betterment of mankind.
very first level introduces you to the zombies, the imps, the possessed soldiers. They shoot red shit at you, and sometimes bigger red shit. There's one rule here. Never, ever stop moving. Never stop moving. 3 imps can corner you and you're dead. It's hard to try and describe what the early combat feels like before upgrades, but let's give it a try. Imagine if Serious Sam or Painkiller had an outrageous budget and a AAA studio behind them. Doom 2016's combat is like that, except so very polished, so professional. No, it's not really Doom. It struck me as a hybrid between the movement of Quake and Quake 2. And then with combat arenas that don't just feel like boxes full of enemies that rush you single file waiting to get killed. No, because the enemies all attack you differently. Imps zip around, zombies do nothing. Zombie soldiers hold the line and try and whittle your health down from a distance. And these arenas aren't just connected by hallways. Most of these levels aren't even really linear except the first one and a couple of later ones, but as soon as you're in level 2, you're finding different paths to take, secret areas, yes, secrets that give you upgrade points when you find them. We have weapon upgrades from level 1. I take the grenade secondary fire for the shotgun. You also have a choice of the burst fire. To each his own, maybe you'll like that one better. I want an explosive weapon as soon as possible that isn't this little fart of a frag grenade. Oh, and hidden unlockable classic maps, which play terribly with the new monsters, but they're there. You can unlock a classic map in a secret in each of Doom 2016's levels. I didn't do all of them because there's this one in the Argent Tower where you have to go all the way back down in one of these areas that's actually tall enough to kill you with fall damage, and I didn't feel like it. You get most Episode 1's maps except E1M6, E1M7, and E1M9, and these are a nice little bonus, I guess, even if any level you have to pistol start is kind of a grind, because instead of the easy zombie men and shotgunners, you get Doom 2016's possessed soldiers, who tank a lot more damage and can kill you faster. And I think all the classic maps are set to the Hurt Me Plenty skill. Slough of Despair gives you a plasma gun at the start, which is really helpful, but the music is sped up for some reason and it's still Slough of Despair. You get Doom 2016's chain gun, which is way less useful than the machine gun would be in this situation because you have to wait for the wind-up because no weapon mods in classic maps. Hell Knights replace Barons because Barons are tougher in Doom 2016, I guess. Oh. Yeah, okay. Weird and jank, the player isn't as fast as they were in the original, so trying to get this last secret in E1M1 is kind of an issue, and... Okay, cool. Let's talk about the music, because composer Mick Gordon worked really hard on this, and whoever else was involved with the implementation was doing God's work. It's a little dubsteppy and nu metal in certain places for my taste. The fact that it doesn't detract from the overall impact. The music is somehow tied to the gameplay, like when you're using certain weapons in certain situations, the music changes to fit. Like your actions as a player influence what music is playing. And it all ties together to the point where it feels natural, like the music itself belongs in the game world with you. It's like you're playing the music yourself, with guns.
Eliminated. Lockdown disengaged.
You might not even notice at first. It's like an interactive soundtrack. Maybe something along these lines had been done before, but I'd never seen it. And whoever made that little At Doomsgate jingle that plays with the collectible figures, good stuff. Collectible figures unlock models you can view in the menu. Not a big deal. Still nice to find a secret like this one here. And that's only some of the rewards for secrets. Finding secrets will give you weapon points, items, suit tokens, but I always forget about them after I level up my dexterity and environmental resistance. Find Argent Energy Balls to upgrade health, armor, and ammo capacity. Find the plasma gun in level 2. Find the machine gun in level 2 before going up to the upgrade bot to unlock the micro missile attachment, because that... Oh, I love it. It's not just one static upgrade. Oh no, each upgrade can be upgraded and mastered. And let's use the machine gun as an example. I always go for the micro missiles first instead of the scope. You'll see why later. Basically, unlock the upgrade, stick monsters with tiny homing missiles, watch them jib, make it do that faster, make it use less ammo, make it instantly load them, and then master it and make it fire indefinitely. They're not terribly powerful, but my god, they are so satisfying. And there's a million different upgrades. And the worst weapon is the plasma rifle, and it ain't that bad. I like the stun function, but it gets outclassed once you get the machine gun. And the chain gun. Oh god, and the chainsaw. You get the chainsaw here for when you need a monster to explode into a fountain of ammo for some reason. I don't care, it's so good, it's so good! In level 3, there's a secret rocket launcher, which is the second worst gun, meaning it's serviceable. Believe it or not, level 1 of Doom is kind of like a linear horseshoe design. Now, the layout of level 2 opens up, and suddenly, oh fuck, berserk! You thought the standard kills were messy. There's few power-ups to get. Berserk, invulnerability, haste, and quad damage. Yeah, quad damage got pulled in from the Quake series, like I care. I always felt that Doom 2016, with its verticality and movement, was more of a successor to Quake's gameplay than Doom's. Doom 3 was kind of flat, but here you're jumping and climbing. There's a rune that gives you better movement control in the air, one of the 3 I usually keep on because movement is probably the most important part of this game. Unlike the story, which you're almost encouraged to ignore. The Union Aerospace Corporation is using hell to generate energy. There's an energy crisis on Earth. Dr. Samuel Hayden put his brain in a robot body.
I'm gonna be an Adrian Barbobot.
Which is the only reason he's not dead. Dr. Olivia Pierce went crazy and made a deal with hell. She releases demons in a hell wave and it kills something like 61,000 people? Hayden doesn't really care, I guess. He's an asshole. Let's break all his stuff.
We're only temporarily disabling the tower. You need to remove each lens individually.
What?
Carefully release the hinges.
What?
Doomslayer doesn't give a fuck about your Argent energy. He's the last survivor of the Night Sentinels. And stories of him are told all throughout hell, and these stories go about the same as this one.
He found no peace, and with boiling blood, he scoured the umbral plains, seeking vengeance against the Dark Lords who had wronged him. He wore the crown of the Night Sentinels, and those that tasted the bite of his sword named him the Doomslayer.
I only vaguely know how he got this tech armor, or why he's so good with guns, if he's even the original Doom Marine hopping dimensions, if all Doom and all Doom mods are now canon, because why not? If this is a direct continuation to Doom 64 when Doom Guy stayed in hell to make sure no demons ever started any shit again, it's unknown. For the sake of brevity, let's say he's the Doom Slayer, and hell is very scared of him because he's an unstoppable demon grinder on legs! The few cutscenes that are in the game are wildly out of place, boring, and unskippable. Unbroken first-person narrative, my ass. Maybe that's why Doom Eternal went to third-person for some of that stuff. The cutscenes will be skippable. That would be worth it. This game really starts to open up for you on level 5 when you get the double jump. I know level 3, the Foundry, was big and open and cool. You're going around, your objectives are to destroy the gore nests, which is, just kill demons. But level 5 gives you the double jump, which is more important, and level 4 introduces you to the Rune Trials. The Rune Trials give you special abilities, and there are a dozen or so of these. Oh, it gets so overwhelming, and the Rune Trials can be mastered too, so they'll be more effective. This is awfully complicated for a Doom game. Yeah, that's better. Okay, so you've got the basics down now. What else is there? About 10 hours of absolute savagery. Gladiatorial demon combat like we've never seen. What's that? The Revenant is back, and he's got new tricks. He can fly?
Oh, they fly now!
They fly now?
They fly!
No! No one asked for flying Revenants. What else we got? Possessed security. Oh, they're the worst. They have a shield and can tear you apart with an auto shotgun. Too bad you get a chainsaw before you face a single one. The chainsaw is a one-hit weapon now, which is weird, but not bad. Because like I said before, it'll drop a ton of ammo, and it breaks through this asshole's shield. And at the cost of like one charge, you can do it. Bigger monsters require more fuel, but it's so satisfying. The Mancubus returns, and unlike in Doom 3, the returning monsters do not fuck around. Not the Mancubus or his counterpart, the Cyber Mancubus, outfitted with more health, toxic goo, and an Oculus Rift. The regular Mancubus has a fucking flamethrower now. And like all the other monsters, he's surprisingly mobile. He can jump onto platforms, climb, even surprise you. The Hell Knight is back, looking kinda like his Doom 3 counterpart, but would you believe he's more dangerous? He's fast, deadly, likes to pummel you, a real bruiser. He's common by level 4, but so is his greatest weakness, the super shotgun. Oh, baby, come here, I missed you. So much. Somebody thought the super shotgun wasn't powerful enough so you can get uranium-coated piercing buckshot, and then it's your very best friend in the game and can 3-hit a Hell Knight. One new monster you'll have to deal with is the Summoner, who kinda works like the Archvile in Doom 3. Shoots very damaging fire, spawns monsters, likes to zoom around the arena, but has a weakness to being torn in half by a motherfucking chainsaw. Sure, all the demons can kill you, and pretty quick on ultraviolence, but you can kill most of them just as fast, and you're mobile, and you have the guns, you have the chainsaw, and hatred. Climb all the way to the top of the Argent Tower where Olivia is doing stuff. You can get the Gauss Cannon a little early here. Who got this Quake railgun all over my Doom game? Never mind, it's cool, I like it. Time to put all these upgrade points into the Siege mode, which is fucking broken. Oh, is that a quad damage right there? You think I'll need that? Don't open that portal, Olivia.
This is not the end!
Don't you do it!
It's only the beginning!
Oh, now you fucked up. Kandingir Sanctum. Kandingir Sanctum. Hell, it's hell. Is that a dope fish rune on the loading screen? Your first taste of Doom 2016's shiny, slick, heavy metal album cover, hell.
He is here.
Who wants a secret weapon? Oh yeah, take that there chain gun. It's not good until you upgrade it. There's a turret mode where it goes all triple. Wait, is that 9 barrels? I prefer being able to spin it up with the secondary fire myself. And Commander Keen's helmet, and presumably his skull, because Bethesda did in fact massacre that boy. And so did I like 1,000 times now that I think about it. Hey, cacodemons are back! And they're tough again, with a bite that'll wreck you and a ranged attack that fucks up your vision and slows you down. Go right for the eye and splat. Barons of Hell make their first appearance too, making everything around them dead because they're as tall as cyber demons used to be. Rip off their horn and give them a gentle slap, there you go. It takes a ton of your chainsaw fuel to cut one down though. Still worth it, my god, I almost feel bad for the demons in this game. Almost. And the game tosses like 4 barons at you in this area the first time you meet them, at least on ultraviolence. Yes! Yes! Why are you in this part of hell? Because it's the Kandingir Sanctum where the Doomslayer was entombed before Samuel Hayden took him back to Mars as an insurance policy. We have these helpful tablets to tell us the whole story.
And in his conquest against the blackened souls of the doomed, his prowess was shown. In his crusade, the Seraphim bestowed upon him terrible power and speed, and with his might, he crushed the obsidian pillars of the blood temples.
It was a short trip to hell, but it was still longer than the one in Doom 3, and you get to go back to hell 2 more times. The game kinda recycles a level here because it's the destroyed Argent facility. Oh hey, I remember you. Mr. Pinky. What's that? You have armor plating on the front now? That's nothing a chainsaw can't fix. Oh, I love the Pinky in this game. He gets introduced way later than in any other Doom game. He's got a trick to him, and he's fun, and his design is cool, and you pull his horn off and cut his fucking throat with it. This is just, oh, this is how you bring a series back from the dead. You take what came before and then you refine and you add the wonderful little details. You change up the gameplay a little bit. You make the Pinky not just a running brute because we already have that guy. And let's have a trick to him so we can spice up those combat encounters. He is kind of just a very complicated werebull.
That demon seems to have taken your keycard. You will need to find it.
The whole level is about getting a key card so you can get on the monorail to go to the Advanced Research Complex. You don't even crash it. That's weird. You remember that micro missile mod? Well, that's fully upgraded now. Let's check in on this poor cyber mancubus. Also fully upgraded, my super shotgun. Yeah, and the Lost Souls are back. They kamikaze now, but they're weak and pretty inconsequential. I'm not even sure they're animated. Just look at them in this classic level where, you know, all the lighting is really even and you can really see them. I'm sure they one-hit you in Nightmare or something. Samuel Hayden's in his office and you can't kill him. He's kind of a fanboy, it looks like. Statues of you and your brothers, ammo around.
For years, Olivia has kept the Helix in her private office in the Lazarus Labs, which is only accessible through a secure elevator from the Advanced Research Complex across the chasm. Your affinity for guns is apparent. I'm confident you'll find something useful there as well.
Oh? Yeah, let me just take this whole torso. He's not using it.
Access granted. Hello, Dr. Peters.
Hey, baby. Did you miss me? The game knows exactly what I want, so it lets me test out the old BFG in a room, and in this level it gives you plenty of ammo for it. Let me slow it down for you.
All personnel, proceed to the Lazarus
It's like the chainsaw where there's a dedicated button for it, the panic button, because it works like the BFG 10K in Quake 2. With the, okay, just look at the description of it.
When the streams find their target, they release all of the stored energy in a fraction of a second, delivering an electrical shock that instantly boils the blood and fatty tissue of the recipient. Spontaneous explosion of the subject usually follows.
Beautiful. You might be asking why I slow down time when the BFG ball goes out. We'll talk about that. I'm not really very good at the trick I'm learning, but you'll see. Olivia started all this bullshit from the Lazarus Labs, which is a place where evil stuff happens. You can find Olivia's office around here, and she has the Soul Cube from Doom 3 for some reason, and Bethesda's prototype for a Doom mobile game. And more importantly, my favorite Rune trial in the game, which is ridiculous. Rich Get Richer gives you infinite ammo for everything except for the chainsaw and the BFG if you've got over 100 armor. When you master it, it gives you infinite ammo when you've got over 75 armor. Let's cheese it! Once you get out of that Rune trial, there's a few monsters you have to deal with, no problem. Thing is, the way you master it is you gotta max out your armor 12 times, and I leave the Rune trial with max armor. And there's all these armor shards here. It's a little harder on ultraviolence because both health and armor pickups are worth less. You get 3 from a shard instead of 5, so check that splash damage. And basically you can upgrade the rune within like 2 minutes of doing the trial. So now every time you're above 75 armor, your ammo is infinite, and you have a super shotgun that fires twice, and a Gauss cannon with a siege mode that you can move during, and this fucking chain gun that shoots a wall of uranium-coated bullets, and micro missiles. This is about when the game's difficulty drops off, because I can enter most combat arenas with infinite ammo. Time for part 2 of our ongoing series, Humiliating the Cyber Demon. These idiots rebuilt him! They were gonna give him a BFG, but now that's mine. He's got some easily avoidable attacks. You send a BFG blast his way, you gauss him, tear his Argent accumulator out so you can go run around hell again and wreck that place again. But wait, because it's time for part 3 of our ongoing series, Humiliating the Cyber Demon. He's back! He's stronger! He's still fucked! Now, bringing up the weapon wheel slows down time, which is cool. It gives you a leg up, some room to breathe when you want to select a weapon. But it doesn't stop how much damage the rays from the BFG blast are doing, so you can just let it fly and slow time down and nuke a boss. That's a speedrunning trick right there. I couldn't believe it when I saw it. They left that in. That's good, though. And the BFG stuns boss monsters, too. It truly lives up to its lineage of big fucking guns. The bosses still drop health for you, so if you happen to get hit by one of their attacks, no worries. There's some health. Keep on them. You think the Cyber Demon is gonna stop me? Bye, bitch! Titan's Realm, the place that the Doomslayer has already been. See this skull? We fucking killed it between games. That's awesome. If you haven't already gathered, Doom 2016 may have been at the start about overcoming the dangerous hordes of demons that invaded the Mars base. Now it's about coming back and wrecking their shit with extreme prejudice. You are absurdly powerful by this point in the game. Most monsters stand no chance against you. Whereas before they would have been a problem, like the Hellraiser, who has a laser beam that tended to kill me when I first played this game. Nah, super shotgun him. Oh yeah, and I have the Rune that drops armor with a glory kill, as well as health, which can get you 12 points of armor at a time. Mother of God, I am unstoppable! Is it anybody's birthday? Happy birthday. This is one of those secrets that doesn't count as a secret, but it's here. I was so confused when I first found it. Wait, what am I doing in hell again, besides demon killing? Oh yeah, we gotta get the Crucible back from these hell guards. There's the first one. Once he's dead, 2 more show up, and they just weren't counting on me having this awesome shotgun. Oh yeah, crack him open like a Maine lobster and you rip him apart. I'll take that fancy artifact of dubious importance now. I keep seeing it in the Doom Eternal trailers. God, I am so hyped for that. And I don't get hyped for anything anymore. Thanks, Randy. We get another welcome change of location, this time the icy poles of Mars, where Vega, the artificial intelligence developed with Hell Technobabble, who somehow isn't evil, who is actually cool and got me a bunch of weapon upgrade points. Thanks, Vega. Well, you have to go and shut him down, but in the best display of humanity of any character in this game, you back him up and take him along. We need to get back to Hell again, to Argent to close the well, which is really just a few giant endgame combat arenas that last maybe a little too long, since the game's done introducing new monsters. Yeah, the latter parts of this game kinda lag, it gets kinda samey, but when the default mode of the game is as fucking exhilarating as Doom 2016, it can be forgiven. Using the Crucible, you do some stuff, lay the Wraith's souls to rest. Okay, yeah, kind of working off of how you're getting some sweet revenge after the demons killed all the Night Sentinels, who were kind enough to show up as Force Ghosts to show you the way. Thanks, guys, I'm gonna make you proud. Olivia Pierce is here, and she doesn't get as good a deal as Dr. Palpatine. I don't think. It's hard to tell.
Promised me so much.
Spider Demon time. They brought the old Spider Mastermind back, and she ain't gonna go down with just one BFG blast, let me tell ya. But she does go down. This boss fight in particular really hits me, because at this point, the Spider Mastermind is not the boss of this game. You don't have to survive it. It has to survive you. You're the fucking boss in this game. And as the Spider Mastermind's legs start to give way and it tries desperately to continue attacking, and when that health bar is finally down to nothing, you shove a fucking BFG in its mouth and turn its head into the Grand Canyon. That is just too fucking awesome. And Samuel Hayden says some stuff.
I am not the villain in this story. I do what I do because there is no choice.
Rerouting tether coordinates complete.
Our time is up. I can't kill you.
Damn right you can't. And that's it. You're shuffled away until Doom Eternal. When I finished this game, maybe the second or third day it was out, I didn't know there was going to be a sequel. I mean, they put this game out. I didn't expect it to do as well as it did, but it do. Oh, it do. I can't express my hype for Doom Eternal. I can't even put it into words. And it's all because of this game. Do you think they were brainstorming and said, let's call it Doom Forever, and somebody at the table shot it down? For obvious reasons?